I'm back. We about to do I think I'm about to do Aquarius. Let me double check my notebook real quick. I believe it's Aquarius. Yeah, we're gonna do Aquarius, guys. So Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ascended Masters, what messages do we have for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Vedic. Spirit Guides, Angels, Ascended Masters, what messages do we have for Aquarius? Set that down right there for right now. Okay. Spirit Guides, Angels, Ascended Masters, what messages do we have for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus, and Vedic. Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ascended Masters, what messages do we have for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Vedic. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Vedic. Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ascended Masters. You could be on leave from work. You could be, taking a break from work, taking some leave. You could be communicating with a supervisor that you were taking some time off. Or just communicating with peers or other people around you. Lovers in the Nine of Cups, you definitely could be spending a lot of time with your romantic partner, whoever your romantic partner is. Y'all could definitely be spending some time together there with the Lovers and the Knight of Cups. A lot of hanging out, a lot of cuddling, watching TV, talking to each other, talking about books, probably talking about philosophy. I did hear that. Talking about psychology and ideology there. Spirit Guides, Angels, and Masters, what messages do we have for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Vedic. Aquarius. Messages for Aquarius. Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Vedic. All right, let's get it. The Devil's at the bottom of the card. At the bottom of the deck. So you could be dealing with some sort of obsessions or addictions. Devil energy can be a couple different things. Let's see, Four Swords. So that could be maybe simply overworking. Eight of Wands is maybe you're somebody that believes that you always have to be doing something. You could be somebody that believes that you always have to be doing something to feel valuable. So you could be an overworker. So you could be somebody that feels like if you're not working or not doing something, then that means you're lazy. That's not true. Eight of Wands came out in Leo's reading, so you could be dealing with a Leo. Two of Wands is here. Two of Wands came out in the Cancer reading, so you could be dealing with a Cancer. Five of Cups also came out in the Leo reading. So you could definitely be dealing with a Leo and a Cancer here. And then you also got the King of Swords, which came out in the Cancer reading. So you could definitely just be communicating with other people that are, like, this could be people making mistakes at work. Maybe you have some people at work that are making mistakes and they really feel bad about it. But you do a good job in communicating it, communicating that all is well, in a very professional manner, but also communicating, the need to be more mindful or watchful, or to come ask you. You could be telling people, to come ask you, to let you see their work before they, release it, or before they, process it or something like that. This wants to come out. Both of these. You got the Four of Cups. You could be very bored at work too. This could be somebody that's really, really bored. Like, you could be really, really bored. You could be really, really bored at work. But you like the community effort. Like, something about it is very communal for you. So I think that helps you get over the boredom. Because this is saying you do stuff really, really quickly. You get stuff done really, really quickly. Also here. So you could also just be communicating with people about your meditative thoughts. You could be somebody that's maybe starting to you could be hanging out with I don't know, other people that are in this, like people that are into spirituality. And you approach it from a scientific point of view. So you could be talking about, people could be telling you about spiritual experiences, and you're connecting them to, science. So you could be connecting to, I don't know, you could be saying that maybe there's an adult person that you know that, I'm trying to think of a really good example. I don't know, you just bring a scientific point of view to spiritual experiences that people are having is what this is telling me. You know, you could be explaining, you know, maybe like the reason why some, you know, different people pass. You know, this could have been why somebody lost a child at a young age and helping them work through those emotions. You know, just giving them higher perspective. Just giving them a higher perspective on why tragedies and things like that happen. I'm really trying to think of a really good example when I mean that you give like a scientific, you give scientific to support to something that is spiritual, but it's beneficial. You could even be, it's as simple as somebody talking about how herbs and, you know, doing sacred rituals, how those herbs actually do help heal your body. And you know, like with marijuana, you could be talking about the endocannabinoid system. When people always talk about it, oh, it just gets people high. No, we actually have an endocannabinoid system in our body that shows that, you know, marijuana is beneficial to us. It helps relieve anxiety. It heals people of cancer. It heals people of depression. It heals people of anxiety. So you could be communicating that with other people, just, you know, giving them a new perspective on, like giving them scientific support to spiritual practices or spiritual things, stuff like that. So let me keep going. You put the Hermit here. You could definitely be even communicating. You could be communicating here with a Virgo or somebody that's elderly. Maybe, I mean, this could definitely be somebody that's older than you that's kind of relying on you for emotional support here. This could definitely be somebody that's relying on you for emotional support. Something could have happened. Maybe this person just lost a pet. You know, this is a pet somebody could have had for a really, really long time. Seven of Cups came out. You could also be helping people to decode their dreams also here. Very simple example. Somebody keeps having a dream about running away from something, and that dream could just be like, oh, you're running away from your emotions, you know. Or, you know, if a dream about somebody drowning, oh, you're drowning in your emotions. You need to get a handle on your emotions and get clarity on how you really feel. Stuff like that. This is just really helping communicate with people about their emotions, maybe their spiritual experiences. You could be explaining astral projection to people. You know, people are waking up in the middle of the night and they feel paralysis. You know, first they would travel somewhere. They'd have a dream that feels extremely vivid. And then, you know, maybe when they waking up out of that dream, they feel sleep paralysis is what they would say. But it's really astral projection. You know, your spirit is still returning to your body. So you could be explaining stuff like that. You could also be trying to do something within the next 2 weeks. Maybe you're trying to do something outside and you're checking the weather here. Also, you're trying to see how the weather would be. You know, if it's good to do the picnic outside or inside the house, or we have to rent a place. It's kind of that energy too also. You put the Fool here, Aquarius energy. So still having a lot of fun. A very jovial spirit here. Serious and jovial at the same time. What a great balance. It's really good balance. Got the Page of Swords. A lot of communication, emails, the Star card here, the Hermit and the Star. You could definitely be connecting with, this is an Aquarius, this is an Emperor here. You could be connecting with a grandparent, a grandmother. You could be connecting with like an elderly celebrity, somebody that's elderly but is really famous. You could be meeting this person. This can even just mean an elderly practitioner, you know, a spiritual practitioner in the community that's elderly. You could be meeting him and his wife. I can't think of the name, but Queen Afia, I can't think of her name, but she wrote the book. She wrote this book about women. She's a black woman, but she wrote this book. I forget the name of her book, but it's kind of giving me her and her husband's energy. You know, they're very much knowledgeable on the Kemetic principles. They're one of the few people that give Kemetic Egyptian weddings. You know, to people here in the States. They know how to throw them. They know the process. So this can be like meeting people like that, getting introduced to them, kind of hearing, you know, their stories and what they went through, and really getting a new perspective, gaining some new knowledge here with the Page of Swords. Definitely something that's helping you get ideas. And then the Devil came out with the World at the bottom. So maybe it's something important here that they're helping you to heal. They're helping you to close out something that's kind of toxic here. I'm just reaching for another deck. What's the Devil? The Devil and the Star, though. You go from the Star to the Devil. Let me do your numbers first. 5, 2, 8, 7, 9, 4, 6, 8, and 0. So no repeated numbers here. Number 9, like I said, number 5, number 2. So spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters. What can you clarify the devil, please? You got the number 3. Clarify the devil. The devil and the star. Clarify the devil and the star. Clarify the devil and the star, please. Spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters. Clarify the devil and the star. So the sun is here and the devil came out in reverse. Yeah, so maybe this is some knowledge that you lacked. Maybe you're gaining some knowledge from some elderly spiritual practitioners that's helping you to release whatever this devil energy is. And this can be something as simple as with bad news here at the bottom. This can be something as simple as maybe something that you was raised to believe as a kid. This could be something as simple as programming or religion or something like that. Or even, you know, just abusive tendencies within your family. You're realizing that it's not beneficial to your relationships or people around you. So this is definitely something that maybe your family did a lot. Like this is something that your family does all the time. This could be like a generational curse or a family pattern that's very, very negative and not healthy for the family. Deciding not to take that route, take a different path, to not do that. So you got 77, excuse me. So mutual love. And 88 is concerns. So this could have been something that you were just communicating. You could have been communicating this with somebody, and somebody gave you some really, really good advice here. Or maybe they just answered your question that you were meditating on without you having to ask them. You know, and you just realized that something that could be practiced in your family. This could have been something that your father practiced. This could have been something that a brother practiced. This could, you know, this can maybe be even a coping mechanism you did as a kid to deal with issues. Maybe this is healing that issue. This is healing that issue from somebody telling you a story. This is an elderly that is sharing a story with you that changed your perspective. Here you put reputation, 10th house. Like I said, this can be somebody that's famous. Somebody with an empire, responsibilities, you know, taking responsibility for our actions and thoughts. This can even be like cleansing out negative visualizations. You know, I always think about this, just negative visualizations, imagining things going wrong, you know, and things like that create negative realities. Patriarchy, empire, legacy, purpose, and pinnacle. And then let me pull one more. So like I said, this is a solution is clearing all those kind of negative habits or dark thoughts out. But like I said, you could definitely be meeting like a famous elder or something like that in the community that's gonna help you that'll help you clear out whatever these negative thoughts are or desires or even just negative tendencies. This could have been something, like I said, is in your family. You pull desire, impulses, courage, force, strength, leadership, workouts, excitement, impatience, anger, leadership, engine, potency. So this can be something that's making you become a much more powerful leader. Sagittarius, the Voyager. This can definitely be something that's making you a much more powerful leader. Also, because this can be somebody that likes to cause a lot of confusion for other people, and think it's funny to kind of watch people like, you know, run in a circle or kind of be confused. Maybe it's not intentional, but I mean, King of Swords is highly intelligent, so it could have been intentional. But somebody could be communicating something with you about, you know, releasing this habit. But they didn't see you. They probably didn't see you acting it. They just probably brought it up, and it just so happened to be something that you realize that you do. That's all. Here you pulled Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. So like I said, this is healing something that's been in your family, that people in your family do. This is something that you picked up from other people in your family. This can be like making fun of people's losses, you know, making fun of people when they don't, you know, when they have big failures and stuff like that. Also, the lightness after the darkness. And at the bottom, you got authenticity and invisibility. So like I said, healing this habit like in yourself, and maybe you'll create this new habit in your family. And it's very practical too. Whatever this story is, it was not confusing. It was not hard to understand. It was a very simple explanation that this elderly gave to you. This is an elderly, like starseed or yeah, like an elderly starseed or humanitarian or something like that. It's giving me like Gandhi, Rumi, Vernon Davis. It's giving me Vernon Davis also. Vernon Davis speaks a lot about like when we're having these, even Muji, like when we're trying to ascend, but we get stuck in these emotional places, or just stuck in these bad habits or bad thought patterns, and we don't really know how to get out of them. They give simple solutions, very, very simple solutions to complex ideas. Decision here. So this is something you were already deciding to do. You just didn't know how. You just needed to hear it in a very clear way. And fragment also came out. So like I said, this was just something this is just a part of you finding wholeness in yourself. This is just an elderly that, you know, like I said, they gave you some really solid, they gave you a really interesting story or some solid advice that really helped you clear up, that's helping you to clear up some devil energy with the Sun card here. It's going to allow you to tap back into some childhood freedom with the World card. Spirit guides, angels, send the masters, messages, Aquarius. You pulled Secret, came out. So this is something, like I said, you could probably definitely be keeping this to yourself and not sharing that with nobody. But I could understand that. Like sometimes, you know, sometimes we fix things about ourselves, you know, on our own time. Manifestation spells. So maybe this is something that you manifested. Masculine is here. So maybe this is something, like I said, you could have manifested this. You know, you can manifest like healing, you know, heal my bad habits and stuff like that. And it comes to us in different ways. Like I said, this is from an elderly. You are the future you now. Like I said, this is something you manifest and you've been focusing on this. And then negativity. Like I said, focusing on negativity. This could have been something that was done to you as a kid. You could have been really interested and different as a kid. And maybe people bullied you for that. Like maybe people picked on you for that, you know. So a way that you deal with that is to kind of mess with other people too. Surprises here and trust this process. And I'm going to pull one of these. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Vedic. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Vedic. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Vedic. What's this one? Like I said, this is that elderly energy, that Hermit and that Star card. This is like connecting with an elder. Somebody with a lot of wisdom. Somebody that's very connected to the histories. You know, the history of the people. This is somebody that's done a lot of healing. This is definitely a community leader. This reminds me of that other card in the deck with the female with all the lightning on her head. This is like her mate. This is what this reminds me of. So this person is definitely helping you to relinquish some emotions, heal some emotions. There's a dragon back there in the cave. So they could, like I said, helping you heal like some tough tendencies, some tendencies that are hurtful to other people. Like confusing people, making them run around in circles, thinking it's kind of funny. Spirit guides, angels, and masters. What messages do we have for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Vedic. Look at this. Trust came out. It flipped over real easy. So this tendency can also be helping you to establish more trust with people. So you could be somebody that doesn't really trust people, but that's just because of your own behavioral habits towards people, how you treat them. This is number 9. Number 9. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. So maybe you do also kind of do things to people because you feel like maybe it'll help something to happen quicker, you know, or maybe you feel like it's going to bring you some sort of results you've been waiting on. But this is saying that to trust in divine timing also. Because sometimes people do things because they want things to happen quicker, or maybe they feel like it'll happen through other people. You know, if I make so-and-so do it, then it'll happen and I don't got to do it. But this is just saying, no, it's still going to have to get done through you. but it's just requiring you to be patient, trust the process, and maybe before something can actually happen, you have to heal something, or, you know, become aware of some sort of trait here, some sort of toxic trait or something like that. Okay, Aquarius, thank you so much for checking in. I really appreciate you for coming, and you could have been anywhere you wanted to be, but you decided to be here with me. So thank you. I'm going to send you off with some protection. Spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters, thank you for the elders that we do have here that are continuing to guide us and give us support, provide us a safe space for healing, ascension, and allowing us to know that we are loved. Like I said, this elderly makes you feel really, really safe. This elderly makes you feel like a kid. So you feel really safe with this elderly, whoever this elder is. And they have a lot of wisdom to share with you, and they do. Okay, Aquarius, thank you for checking in. I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful day.